Welcome to Farwood Forest Short Stories, presented by Many Magical Tales.
Timothy Toad of Farward Forest. Timothy Toad was a stout little fellow who never was worried and always was mellow. Sometimes when he chirped, he wished he could bellow, like the giant bullfrog in the stream in the meadow. Timothy loved to look at the sky and just think. He also loved eating bugs and worms that were pink. He loved humming songs he made up to himself, and rain in the dirt was his favourite smell. Sometimes he'd watch the stars twinkle in the sky. He'd listen to the night creatures start their nightly cry. He ate every bug except the beautiful fireflies and liked relaxing and watching them lift off in the sky. When the sun came up to start the day, he'd hop around and say, "Good day," and then he'd play. He'd catch some tasty bugs and have a juicy snack. Then he'd take a long nap beside a log stack. Sometimes he wished he had wings and could fly like a bird, even though his friends laughing told him that's completely absurd. Who ever heard of a high-flying toad? And what would happen to you if you landed in the road? He thought, my friends have no imagination in their minds. I could fly high in the sky and I'm sure that I'd be fine. Maybe I could ask the owl or ask one of the eagles. Imagine me, flying in the sky, majestic, bold and regal. Good evening, my good eagle. Would you help a fellow out? Would you mind taking me for a flight so I can have a look about? The eagle looked at the toad, then lifted off and flew away, laughing. Oh well, I guess my golden eagle flight plan isn't happening. In the end, the only bird who would help was little Sammy Sparrow. And Timothy was chunky and might be too much for him to handle, but the little bird stretched its wings and perched on the toad's back. 1 foot, 2 feet, 3 feet high. And splat! He dropped the poor toad on a pillow of moss. "I'm very sorry, sir," he chirped, and then he quickly took off. But Timothy Toad was still very highly excited. He finally flew. He was ecstatic that he finally tried it. "Hey, Fox, did you see that?" he said to his close friend Finley. "I could get used to that, though it was a bit windy." Finley just laughed and said, "Timothy, you barely left the ground." "Yeah, but next time I'll probably reach the clouds, and that was good enough for now." Timothy Toad was a stout little fellow who never was worried and always was mellow.